said we ain't the best in Britain? Who said we ain't the best in Britain? Who said we ain't the best in Britain? Locally, it was them. Who said we ain't the best in Britain? 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 Locally, it was them. Who said we ain't the best in Britain? Who said we ain't the best?
You lot are in for a treat. Man like Craze 24 up next. If you lot have got any questions, report to Craze 24 up on the live Instagram, which is Sweetly Official. Also up on the live Facebook, Lili, that's the L-I-L-I. Now we've got a very, very special guest up in the building tonight. Man like Craze 24.
What's going on?
Up on the Best in Britain show.
What's going on?
Let the youth live special. Welcome to the show.
What's going on? What's going on, Wolf? What's going on, people? In the building.
Now, welcome to the show, and what a pleasure to get you in.
It
really, really is. You've been shining out to me for a long, long time. Been dropping your music for a long, long while.
Grateful.
And I'm telling you, the talent, the lyricism, the work rate as well.
Thank you.
Really, really doing me proud, doing the UK proud. And your music as well. You're speaking out in the music, and I love that. I really appreciate any artists that do that and are doing that right now.
Yeah, but more need to stand for something. I think that's what.
Yeah.
What's going on, Wolf? What's going on, people? Sorry. Some technical difficulty.
Oh, no. We've got you on air now.
Thank you for the love. Thank you for having me here as well.
And thank you for coming as well. I really, really appreciate that. Now, for anybody out there that doesn't know about Craze 24, could you just give us a little intro, who you are, what you do?
I'm one of the realest UK rappers, I would say myself. I've been told a lot. But yeah, I've been in the game for a little while, from the Channel U era, the pioneering era, and was a bit back and forth, in and out, getting caught up. But I'm here, and I put in a lot of work, and I perform with some major artists. So I'm here to kind of help change the game. More positive direction.
You're exactly what we need, I'm telling you. We really, really do need you in the scene. Now, have you always taken music seriously, Craze?
Yeah, definitely. It's something I'm very passionate about. So, and I think for me, it influenced me a lot growing up. So
when did you realise that you had this talent that you got?
To be honest, I was quite, I'll say about 10s, 11s, but I was more into bashment as a younger, so I wasn't into hip hop. I was the one that was into, like, my big brother listened to Ninja Man and Shabba and Buju and all of them, so I was more bashment, fast spitting, toasted, that kind of vibe there. And then the man them I used to link and par with, they were all like heavy into rap. So then I would be the guy that was spitting the bashment while they were spitting rap, and then over time I kind of took their thing on as well, added it to my artillery and enjoyed it. Like once they introduced me to Wu-Tang, Mobb Deep, Tupac, I was gone, I was taken. Yeah.
They're all totally sick.
But big up the man, big up G, P, Mike, Star, all the ones that brought me to hip hop. Real talk.
Now, what does hip hop mean to you?
To me, it's music where we kind of talk about the social, political issues, and it's building music, it's growing music. So we galvanise the community, we talk about the issues that we have, and it's each one teach one thing, trying to help each other grow, you know?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, and I love that hip hop does that, because we need that in our society and in our communities, and especially now, more so than ever. Yeah, we need it now, because it's a bit wayward at the minute. Oh, it certainly is, and that's why I started up the Best in Britain show, because I love to promote very talented artists, and especially if they're pushing a message, positivity, speaking out about the social issues. Absolutely love that, and we need more and more artists doing that, don't we?
Definitely, and big up everyone that's doing that.
No, exactly.
The Stormzy's, the Daves, even Big Cakes I was listening to, and all of the man them who were standing for something. Salute.
Yeah, exactly. Big them up, seriously. Now, give us 3 words that describe you as an artist?
As an artist, top of my head, I would say passionate. Sometimes aggressive. And real.
I was going to say, real had to be on that. Had to certainly be on that.
Definitely.
Now, what's your favourite part about what you do? Is it the writing, the performing, the videos?
It's everything, just the journey in general. So sometimes sometimes it's hard. I was in the booth the other day and it was hard. Like, I had the whole studio once saying, do this, do that, do that, and it was difficult, but it's the journey. It's the fact that
enjoying the journey.
Yeah, enjoying the journey and not just trying to finish. You know, it's appreciating everything because you go, you take your steps, appreciating being here with you now, talking on wall. You know,
thank you. I appreciate you too on this journey of ours. Absolutely love that. Now, who or what inspires you to do what you do, Craze?
When I was younger, like Tupac was heavy.
Definitely.
Inspiration-wise, but to be honest, I'm inspired by loads and loads. There's too many to name. Like, it's not just music, you know what I mean? I'm inspired by great people who understand that you've got to fight for what you want in life, and you can achieve anything you want if you apply yourself to it. You know what I mean? And people who are not scared to fail.
Yeah, because it is all about failing, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got to fail to learn. Yeah. And I think that in today's society, we've got this mentality where we don't like doing anything unless we know we're going to win, and we've got to kind of get rid of that and know that if we thought like that as a child, you would never walk or talk. Yeah, you have to fail and you have to keep going and keep going and keep until you master.
Consistency as well, isn't it, on that?
Exactly.
Just keeping going. What I wanted to do today, I'm going to play a few of your tracks and we're going to go back. We're going to take it back.
Yeah.
What I'd like you to do is just tell us a little bit about each of these tracks. Okay? And the first one I wanted to start with was Young Guards.
Okay, yeah.
So, do you want to tell us a bit about this one?
This was probably one of my first, probably my first track that was on first track on Channel U, first proper video, quite a powerful message talking about the journey of a young man who's trying to change things, but it's like he's fighting against everyone else because it's like no one understands the mission he's on.
Yeah, you were definitely way ahead of your time, weren't you?
Definitely.
Listening to these tracks that I'm going to be playing today.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're relevant now.
Exactly. They certainly are.
I could spit you my first bars and they would still count today.
Yeah, that's what every time I listen to it, I feel exactly the same. You could release it now and it would go, smash it out there.
Timeless, that's what it's about. Timeless
definitely.
music.
Right, let's take it in with this one. And I was going to say, where is this? The visuals? It's YouTube, isn't it?
Yeah, the visuals on YouTube, Craze 24, Young Guards.
And how long ago was this?
Years.
A long time, wasn't it?
Very, very, very long time.
Right, take a listen to this, people.
It's hard to believe. Sometimes nobody understands. A young man trying hard to complete a plan. I dedicate to my young God to be just
I want to give a massive shout out to man like Kissy K, D21, Wayne, Jerica, man like Glenson. Big up.
On the 10th of July was 3 years after the knowledge with time. That's with a mother that was strong enough to keep me in line. My daddy disappeared, but at least he kept me in mind. My first words, love you. First girls, keep my nose on top of the line. What do you think you're talking to? I got it through from my older brother. We used to fight with age, learn to live together. Something that lasts forever. My chick tooth browning in a strike time. Fly, intellectual mind.
We release it, like, we do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
My mission is shine. I watch the teachers from the older school. Try to figure out the quickest and the easiest ways to move forward. The way I handle the fantasies, nobody understands. A young man trying hard to complete a plan. I dedicate to my young God to be just like us. Strong heart, strong mind, strong ready to bust. Fantasies, nobody understands. A young man trying hard to complete a plan. I dedicate to my young God to be just like us. Strong heart, strong mind, strong ready to bust. I'm rapping on the bus, late night down the street walls, summertime street rules, in parks with sharp tools. There's no rules, on to the break of the dawn. Hold keys to my young people in the back door. Even still hustle, dinner money. The double decker free seats, neck bully. I'm rapping
So it's a competition where
we're rapping first. Keep that on the shop, call the cues with the ice lines. Got an excuse when the rap too late. Take the whole of Westwood, Rap show on tip, the rappers in trouble. I love getting into the scuffle. Starting the streets, we scram always after the hustle. Made the money double, go with the criminal mind. Staying in fast all the time, all the mission in right. The smoke weed all day, sometimes custom. Only two at a time, sometimes he's nobody else.
Real freestyle,
Dedicated to my young gods to be just like us. Strong heart, strong mind, too ready to bust. Sometimes he's nobody understands. A young man trying hard to complete a plan. Dedicated to my young
I've seen artists do that on stage.
strong heart,
When they say,
strong
hold up,
mind.
I ain't doing hold up, I ain't doing it. They're doing the whole freestyle about it.
Cigarettes, I take a couple of drugs. My first drug, first gold chain. Spend some time in the gym after a new frame. No pain, no gain, be the weight skin. It's hard to feel change. If you could live a while, but I had to maintain. Wearing a frown, smile upside down.
I'm up for anything, bro.
Creeping with girls by their parents and they're ready to sleep. Back door, balconies, escaping into the trees. Old jokes, competition intense. Street nights, making everyone dance. Guess that's the way it was meant to be. Hard times, we started jungle, we sold some weed. At least we got the strength to stand up on our own feet. And skin deep, we up in the clubs. Why not? Because we're strong and we're doing our stuff. Sometimes it seems nobody understands. A young man trying hard to complete a plan. I dedicate to my young gods to be just like us. Strong heart, strong mind, too ready to bust. Sometimes it seems nobody understands. A young man trying hard to complete a plan. I dedicate to my young gods to be just like us. Strong heart, strong mind, too ready to bust. Believe in me, 'cause I'm the way forward. I bring you teachers from all the kings and great scholars. Real knowledge, pass office for disciples and prophets. Most of these rappers can rapidly and teaching you nothing. Walking beyond the cash money, cars and the gas. All about the rule is the trust, honor, respect.
You're listening to the BestInBritain show with DJ Sweet Lee.
Now, how hard was that track, people, if you haven't heard it before?
Classic.
Certainly classic and real and, yeah, dealing with issues. Love it. Absolutely love it. Now, your lyricism is something else. On average, how long does it take you to write a track?
It depends, to be honest. Every track is an individual, so you've got some tracks like everybody's got to learn where I write that quite quickly, like within a day, or probably, a day and a bit. And then you've got tracks where have taken me long, where I've taken time and sat down and really thought about it and revised it and redone it and taken out verses. And I'm one of them perfectionists sometimes when it comes to creating, trust me. So I need police, I need the man them to say, stop now.
That's enough now, leave it alone. I know what you mean. I need people to do that for me as well, because I'm the same. Now, what do you do outside of music?
Outside of music, I've got a youth workshop that I run with my brother, Big Ben. Big up Big Ben.
Oh, Big Ben, another featured artist on the show, certainly shining out. So you do a workshop?
We do two workshops. The first one's called Always Progress, in which we work with teenagers between the age of 13 to 21. We can come into the studio, we give them free studio time. We teach them a bit about the industry, teach them how to record, how to use the equipment to record for themselves, and just try and help. Because when I was going to the studio when I was a teenager, I was paying £30 an hour, and I was having to do some dodgy stuff to get that £30 an hour to go and build, you know what I mean? So we're trying to take away that element of where they're having to do bad things in order to try and progress. And then we have a workshop we've got, it's called the Everybody's Got to Learn workshop, which is off the back of the single Everybody's Got to Learn, where we talk about knife crime, gun crime, try to raise your awareness. That's a mobile workshop, so we attend after schools, youth clubs, outreach programs. Just try and give back, help the youngers to kind of find their way.
Absolutely love that you do that. How long have you been doing it?
To be honest, it's quite new. The Everybody's Got to Learn workshop's been probably about a month or two that's been running, but the Always Progress has been a good 6 months that's been going on for now.
Now, for young people to access what you do, how do they
Just
get
jump in my
involved?
DMs. Instagram, I am Craze24. Just message me or at Big Ben, message, and yeah, we'll hook you up.
How sick is that, people? So if you know any young people out there that need this, please get in touch. Please,
You're more than welcome, please. The more the merrier.
And what a wonderful thing to do. It really, really is. I'm very, very proud of you. I love that you're doing that, both of you. And the mobile workshop as well. Because we need more of that. We need more people going into schools. Where I've been doing the Let the Youth Live, I've had quite a few school children contacting me, kind of pointing out where there's been attacks outside the school, and all the children involved are at the school, And I've had kids reaching out to me saying, look, we need more than assemblies. We need people coming in and actually dealing with these gang issues. So that's something that definitely I would love, more.
Yeah, I'll encourage more rappers to do the same thing. Like, we have to give back. We have to give back. This music's all about giving back. Each one teach one. So that's what we have to try and do. Make sure we stop the younger generation from repeating our mistakes. I'm not saying that we have to be Christian or gospel rappers, but I'm saying that we have to create a little balance where we let them know how to make change.
Yeah, no, that's very important, isn't it? It really, really is. Now, if you could change one thing in the music industry right now, what would that be?
I would have a code of conduct. So within whether it's the hip hop, grime, rap, there'll be a code of conduct. There'll be some rules that the artists need to abide by.
I like the idea of that. Yeah. So what are these rules?
First ones that we need to give back.
Yeah.
But then just in general, like balance. So if you've got artists that just promote negativity and it becomes weaponized, like you need to kind of let them know we need balance. You know what I mean? And if you're going to play them, you need to limit the amount of airtime that you give them and give airtime to the other guys that are saying the opposite or the positive message.
Because the music that is being pushed on mainstream stations. One of my friends did a video, Paul McKenzie. He was taking his kids on a school run, and what he was listening to on a certain station, and he said it just went on repeats, and he couldn't believe the language. There was nothing cleaned up on it, and this is a big mainstream station.
Yeah.
Now that's one thing that with my Best in Britain show, it's all about quality urban music. I edit all the music and I promote positive messages within that music, because I believe that is what we need in our communities. We need young people to be hearing that. We need the messages to be getting pushed out there.
When I was younger, there was messages in music. And for some reason, I'm not sure how, but somehow that's kind of changed, and it's become the opposite. It's become geography. The messages are gone now, and the messages mess yourself up.
But I definitely have hope and I have faith that we can switch this.
We're going to.
Yeah, with us all, everybody, and I mean everybody has to come together.
Yeah,
there can't be any fragmentation.
No, we're going to. There's going to be a code of conduct coming, trust me.
Yeah.
But I will say that we shouldn't stop the ones that are talking the negative about their situation from reflecting on their situation.
Because it's real. It's real.
If they're really going for it, then we need to listen to them and hear that and
try and help. To be honest, that's exactly.
They're silent screaming more time, and we take it like, they're just being bad, and we're pointing the finger and step away from them. But if we listen to what they're saying and we try and help them, it'll be a better place.
It's like they are asking for help, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Like, a lot of guys are talking about what they're doing on their tracks and saying stuff that smart people wouldn't say.
Exactly.
It's silent screaming. That's how I have to, that's how I see it.
Definitely. Now, if you had one piece of advice for a young person who was heading down the wrong road, what would that be for the young person?
Just take time and study yourself. Try and understand your purpose, what you're here for, and what you can give and what you can do to help humanity, help everyone. And believe in yourself. Don't think because it's hard. I know sometimes the system feels like it's against you and it feels like the world's against you. But believe in yourself, because you can make change. You're that one that can spark change for everyone.
Now, if you had another piece of advice for an elder within the community, what could they be doing to help our youngers?
I think the elders need to stop pointing the finger and stop detaching themselves from the situation because there's somebody to blame. So it's almost like they're doing it. We need to take that mentality and throw it in the bin, and we need to, the olders are the olders, so the youngers are your children. And when you see them, you need to engage with them and treat them like they're your children. Not be afraid of them or be scared of them or deal with them in a way where like they're monsters. They're just children. You was once children, so talk to them, engage with them, talk to them about your life experiences and try and pass on some of the positivity that's happened to you, do you know what I mean? But the main thing is don't detach from them and point the finger, like get involved and engage with them. It's important.
Yeah, I love that bit of advice there. Thank you very, very much for sharing that with us. Now, could you give us a couple of names of people that you know who are doing exceptional work in the community right now?
There's too many, to be honest. There's too many. Like, big up all the organisations like yourself, like Let the Youth Live.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
Like GX, like all the positive rappers, and everyone just like trying, because it's about trying. No one knows this, no one's right, no one's perfect, so we've all got to just try.
Exactly, and do our bit.
Yeah, that's
do you know
it.
what I mean? Just contribute.
That's
do
it.
something. Don't do nothing.
Don't do. If you do nothing, then you add to the problem.
Add into the problem.
And if you just point your finger and disassociate, like act like it's separate, then you're just as bad as well.
Exactly, adding again to all of our problems.
That's
and we
right.
don't want any more, so
No,
we've got
we
enough.
We've got enough. Exactly.
Please, no more, no more. Right, we're going to go in with another video of yours. Well, say video. This is My Precious. I love this one.
Classic.
Yeah. So tell us about this, please.
This is for all the smokers. It's about addiction to weed. So at the time I was over smoking, and I wanted to reflect and relate and reach out to the people that was in a similar situation as myself. So this was as real as I could be in regards to smoking, but it's not in a glorifying way. It's in a way where I'm being real and I'm talking about the negative effects as well as the positives.
Yeah, take these lyrics in, people. I just want to give a massive shout out to my good friend Power Cat, locked in. Man like Downside 24, Cartier. And if you're just locked in, it's your girl Sweet Lee, alongside man like Craze 24.
Building.
Woo. Right, let's go over this one. My Precious. And the thing is, the new reason is just, oh man. Yeah, and it makes sense.
Sometimes I wonder why I started smoking. In the beginning was a proper joke to watch couple balls on the sky. Used to say it's natural herbs, it wasn't a drug, but only take 2 balls and every off
Killing yourself every day, man. I can't wait to leave this.
started strapping my own guns. Now I fell in love with the boss. My whole team, I was up and got a throw this gun. So blind, never noticed it was out of the sun. Try and think way back as far as I remember. I can't recall the last time I was sober, it's slowly taking over. It's bloodshot red. Smoke more than watch the family get dressed. I'm running like a breakfast in bed. Got a homegrown immersed in strictly the best. Most cold crow ones that you can find in your ends. I get high when I listen to tunes. Goes nice with a smell of Baileys or Hennessy juice. I think
Pull up on this one! And this one goes out to all the smokers out there. Woo! Jeez!
Yes, my people, it's all about the don't know, keep it locked completely, you know. Mother, the whole city.
sometimes I wonder why I started smoking. In the beginning was a proper joke to watch couple balls on the sky. Used to say it's natural herbs, it wasn't a drug, but only take 2 balls and then I'm up with a skunk. Too fun of fashion. From game 2 it started strapping my own skunks. Was nuts, fell in love with the boss. My whole team, I was up and got addicted to skunk. So blind, never noticed it was out of the sun. I try and think way back as far as I remember. I can't recall the last time I was sober, it's slowly taking over. It's bloodshot red. Smoke more than watch the family get dressed. I'm morning like a breakfast in bed. Start a homegrown immersed in it's strictly the best. Most old crow ones that you can find at your ends. I get high when I listen to tunes. Goes nice with a smell of Baileys or Hennessy juice. I get high when I'm pissed and I'm in a bad mood. Helps me calm down, focus and just do what I'm doing. I get high when I'm bored and there's nothing to do. Compete on Pro Evolution on my PS2. I get high at meal times, helps digest my food. Have a long cold drink, then a bun on the zoo. Or when I'm knackered off the slam of the chick, there's nothing like a good brim while you kick back, I'm burning the split. I need it every day. Calling my name, to get away, but it's slowly killing me. The more I keep on smoking this way, I feel it choking me. My secret enemy that was designed slowly murder me. I need it every day. I hear it calling my name, need to get away, but it's slowly killing me. The more I keep on smoking this way, I feel it choking me. My secret enemy that was designed slowly murder me. Paranoid most of the time when I'm high. This weed's got me moving off key, boogie like I'm losing my mind. Convince myself into believing that it helps me to write. When really bloody slime me down, confusing my life. Everyone I love, I'm pushing away. See, I just wanna be on my own. Max white rhymes and blades. Don't wanna work, but I wanna get paid. I'm lazy, I can't work for the minimum wage. You're crazy, my split illuminated by the orange flames of the fire. Smoke more than Gatfuls, 20 was blazed in the fire. And it's the chronic modified, no longer natural organic. Experiments with science, still not professional. Chemist for Mars, not the mark, you will project. I could be talking for hours, and in a second I forget what I'm saying. Too many chemicals polluting my brain, my weed says. They fighting crazy, everybody dies and play. I need it every day, I hear it calling my name. Need to get away, but it's slowly killing me. The more I keep on smoking this weed, I feel it choking me. My secret enemy that was designed slowly murdering me. I need it every day, I hear it calling my name. Need to get away, but it's slowly killing me. The more I keep on smoking this weed, I feel it choking me. My secret enemy that was designed slowly murdering me. I'm getting frustrated thinking back. See the weed on the table and turn my head to air, calling my name. Getting crazy, I'm paying blood to escape, need to relax. Feel the smoke spreading the grave. I'm getting pains in my chest, need to go to the gym. I'm breathing heavy like I'm losing my breath. Phone rings, private number, chicks can't with it. Phone ring, my weed's got me kinda split. Don't wanna smoke my life away. Can't even calculate the money that I've spent since I started to blaze. I've got major bills to pay. I still sit in my yard and max, I've been buzzing for days. And I ain't even trying to make an excuse. You know the facts, weed kills, there's no point in me denying the truth. It's up to you what you do. And I'd be lying if I told you I was sober right now. I'm probably burning a zoo. I need it every day, I hear it calling my name. Need to get away, but it's slowly killing me. The more I keep on smoking this weed, I feel it choking me. My secret enemy that was designed slowly murdering me. I need it every day, I hear it calling my name. Need to get away, but it's slowly killing me. The more I keep on smoking this weed, I feel it choking me. My secret enemy that was designed slowly murdering me.
Sweetly, the Best in Britain show coming out. Here we go. She is pure souls.
Lift, buzzing, whatever you want to do.
You're listening to the Best in Britain show with DJ Sweetly.
Definitely a classic, that one. And sick. That is to be re-released. That I love that.
Definitely.
That's the theme tune.
New generation need to hear that.
Yeah. For all them flavours. There we go. There's a lot of flavours. Yeah, there certainly is. Now, you're going to be performing, aren't you, this week?
Yeah, this Thursday, Chip Shop.
Ooh.
Yeah, so anyone who ain't doing anything.
Have you been Chip Shop before?
I've been outside, I've never been in there properly.
See, I'd love to go there. If I can, I'm going to try my hardest to come down. I met Mike, who owns that, a couple of years ago. And it's now, I think he's been running that for about 3 years. And the people that he has had there, it's known, isn't it, for the UK home of hip hop now?
Yeah, definitely. Swagger Benz was the last one I saw there.
Okay. I know loads and loads of people. And even Ice-T performed there. I don't know how long ago that was. But apparently he got mobbed in there. And he was behind the bar performing. So I don't know if you're going to be there as well. But it's meant to be tiny. Like, it's meant to be really small.
I've heard it's very small. And I've got a kind of big team. So
yeah, so you're going to pack that
we'll
out.
make it work, whatever way it is. We'll make it
No, that's going to be sick. So that's this week, isn't it? So you're performing there, and I think they've got an open mic on as well, haven't they?
Yeah, so anyone who wants to come down and show some bars, come down and show us your stuff.
Brilliant. So yeah, anybody out there, get up into the open mic, and like I said, it's very sick venues. Even the food, I've heard. Who was telling me? I think it was Rodney P. was saying about the fish cakes in there. He loves them.
I'm gonna try them now.
Yeah. So the food as well. So it's gonna be wicked in there. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about, you have performed, because you mentioned it briefly at the beginning of this interview. You have performed with a whole heap of sick artists, haven't you?
Yes, major artists.
Yeah. Tell us who else you have performed with.
We've got the Nas, Ghostface, Wu-Tang. We've got T-Pain, special one, because he called me to the front and said, "Yo, best thing I've seen in the UK," which was amazing. Because he called me in the middle of his set and was like, "Craze, you're amazing." So that meant a lot. But
he's right though. He's right.
Thank you. Buster, right? Loads of
I love
loads of
Buster.
artists, yeah.
I love Buster. We've actually got a British version of Buster. One of my artists, Nick Star. I don't know if you've heard
Nick
of him.
Star.
Yeah.
This is my boy, man. That's my
I
brother. Big
love
up
his
Nick all
wine
day,
as well.
every day, every day.
I love Nick Star. But yeah, I've always said that about him.
He reminds me of a DMX kind
as well.
Yeah,
he's a combination, but he's hard, isn't he?
Hard, hard.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to his mixtapes he's got coming soon. Yep. He's got a load coming out. So yeah, that's a lot of different artists that you have been up with.
Nick Star was even in the Young Guards video. That's how far we go back. Way back then. Yeah.
I'm going to check that out again. Absolutely love him. And do you know Nate as well?
Yeah, I know Nate.
He's another. He's
big up Nate, big up both of you, man. Yeah.
I'm surprised they're not locked in actually tonight, because they normally are on my shows. Now, I was going to say as well, I wanted to personally thank you, for supporting the nationwide campaign Say No to Youth Violence, because we didn't get as much support with artists that we thought we were going to get, and you stood out to all of us.
Thank you.
Representing for us the nationwide campaign. And if there's anybody out there who didn't know about that, that was the whole of the UK coming together to stand up in unity to say, do you know what, we're saying no to serious youth violence. We have had enough. So 45 different towns and cities all came out that day, and we did events, we had performances, we had guest speakers, people like bereaved families speaking out, and I really want to thank you for supporting that whole campaign.
I thank you for putting it on.
Oh,
come on.
Yeah, I really appreciate you. We really do. So a big thank you from all of us at the nationwide campaign. Your city says no. And we have events going at Christmas as well. I'm going to be kind of coordinating rather than doing one, I think, for Christmas, but I'm going to be involved in a lot of them. So we're hoping...
Well, anything I can do to help.
Oh, fantastic. Brilliant. Because we're hoping to get at least 50 cities this time. There's got to be. Come on. I'm expecting a lot more, but they're saying they want 50, but I'm looking for a lot more. Because it's an issue that's affecting so many of us.
Everyone, all of us.
It's nationwide, and not only is it nationwide, it's global.
Yeah.
So when we've dealt and we've sorted what we need to sort here, then we're moving on to global. Because there's too many people dying all over the world. I just want to big up my friend Saucy Fire, who she's internationally out there globally looking after our kids. A village raises a child.
Yeah,
and she's spreading that message. She goes to Jamaica, she does, I think it's in her hometown village, and she does like a school giveaway where they give items of equipment for school. She even pays for kids to go to school. They do like a big fundraiser. But she's actually from America. She manages an artist called Snapper Chef. Wow. Wicked global artist. Another one speaking out about a lot of issues. Amazing, actually. So yeah, I just want to big them up.
Yeah, big up.
They're doing big
good work. Yeah,
big international things they're doing. Right, let's go in with another track of yours. This one, Ghetto Hotels.
Ghetto Hotels.
Yeah.
These two guys on this.
Who are they?
Guys,
Yeah.
Mike Star and Poison Child. They're the reason I do hip hop. So
right, wicked. Right, we're going to put this on. That sounds like P from Fresh Meds at the door. I'm going to have to let him in.
Go to the States. Speak for my people, patiently waiting, been hungry for days. What them slaves, my people survived and broke away from the chains of the system. When they used to beat them and hang them and rape them to kill them. My people locked up in prisons, just counting their days. With them parents coming to visit their children street. Even their baby mothers like trying their best to get paid. Trying to earn a little more than just the minimum wage. Everyone addicted to drink or addicted to drugs. And everyone is trying to souls, bookies and pubs. The students in college who smoke while they're searching for knowledge. The homeless alcoholics like searching for a bed and a tenant. Everyone is resting in peace. It's passed away. All their families grieving like leaving flowers next to the graves of little Janie Bolgers, Stephen Lawrence's and Domino the Taylors. Too many many innocent kids are getting through the murders. I put the blocks when it served came. The G-Reds before the birds came. I started in the herb game.
Yeah, too many.
Fresh whips for new.
Dying.
I couldn't wait to cut myself a blue and white ones. Through the night, son, I'm writing rhymes. Wish I can't get out for school, get in a fight with moms. I'm a hustling, stuck in a position between the streets and rap. Trying to make a living, trying to see a million before my head turns grey. Good times won't turn my way. Still I hustle just to earn my pay. On the strip with a bit, things be smoking at. It's too late, brain decay. We live a dangerous way. Luck in one time, ain't no sunshine. Rushing me through with beef and gun pray. Fuck that done time, be back on the block again. Shot with the block again, it's real out here. Yeah. I get all prisoners dwell. Broken estates and slums of our families fell. Trapped in this hell, all got a story to tell. If we combine minds, maybe we can conquer these companies. Get all hotels, I get all prisoners dwell. Broken estates and slums of our families fell. Trapped in this hell, all got a story to tell. If we combine minds, maybe we can conquer these believe in me, cause I'm the way forward. I bring the teachers from elders before us, warriors, kings, and great scholars. Real knowledge, I'm on topics for disciples and prophets. As most of these rappers can rap, but they ain't teaching you nothing. I'm real deep beyond the cash money, cars, and the gifts. What about the realness? Trust, honor, respect. I'd rather die of lives and deaths than make a boy disrespect. Violate what my family rests. You know the name generation unknown is GX. See one free grand in the states, we don't hesitate. Truly so real, please get a hotel. Cause everybody's getting caught with feet. Or getting in jail on the street rules. We used to grab our names and spray the blades. Till the end of the days was over. Young ragamuffins, we was labeled by the neighbors who distanced themselves, trying to label our behavior. So we were danger, we were just young minds, trying to climb around whatever it took for us to shine. Discovered crime with the premature mind at night. Discovered wine with the same underdeveloped mind. To the past, way ahead of my times, no one could understand me. Rapping became a hobby, way to make you get to know me. Time passed, enemies came, the ones who tried to stop me. You know the cold in the streets, jealous ones will every hotels. I get all prisoners dwell. Broken estates and slums of our families fell. Trapped in this hell, all got a story to tell. If we combine minds, maybe we can conquer these get all hotels. I get all prisoners dwell. Broken estates and slums of our families fell. Trapped in this hell, all got a story to tell. If we combine minds, maybe we can conquer this deadly. Same way I politic with them beastly creatures and monsters. Some like the supreme black child of the night. Finally here to release my people from bondage. More time it's hard to stay nonchalant when I'm perched on the throne. The place I learned to call home. Disturbed as a younger, reckless when I touch certain zones. Showing that total disrespect. My dirty face kicking out my creps. Top of the estate busting heads, throwing some big stones. No fools pretense, just some half paragraphs. Deciphering codes, but the government moving it fast. Trying to best the teeth and leave half of my notes. I mean remarkable poems, blood. Much more than just elaborate words perfectly wrote. A documented journal, passing you through them dirty hotels I scroll. Get all hotels, I get all prisoners dwell. Broken estates and slums of our families fell. Trapped in this hell, all got a story to tell. If we combine minds, maybe we can conquer these get all hotels, I get all prisoners dwell. Broken estates and slums of our families fell. Trapped in this hell, all got a story to tell. If we combine minds, maybe we can conquer this.
You're listening to the BestInBritain show with DJ Sweet Lee.
Yeah, we were just saying this is so timeless, that track, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Really, really
So the last line I said was, if we combine minds, maybe we can conquer this, yeah? And we're still trying to conquer this, but we're combining minds.
And we need to conquer this, don't we?
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely
Timeless.
needs to. Definitely. Now, what do you think would make a difference to what's going on the streets right now that we could do? Any ideas?
Just helping and taking time out, and there's so many things that we can do. Like, but the main thing I would say is the olders engaging with the youngers, trying to build a bond and trying to teach them how to not make the same mistakes you made, and to separate the divide of us and them, and just know that we're all one. And when we're talking about knife and gun crime in the UK, because it's been a long time that we've had this issue, and I believe that the people that get blamed for the issue just get changed. So 20 years ago, it wasn't the young black boys that was out there stabbing themselves. There was other gangs that was out there doing whatever. You go back 50 years ago, you've got the Craze, you've got the Teddy Boys, you've got the Richardson, you've got the BNP, you've got the football hood. So we've had this in our culture of England for a long time. So it's not about pointing the finger, it's about accepting that this is an issue that we have and trying to change it together.
Yeah, definitely. We need to do this. It has to be done. together. Everybody needs to be involved. Now, what I think would be great, well, I say great, what I feel, if we had bleed reduction kits, basically all over, just so that everybody's got access to them. That will save lives right now. While people are discussing, having debates, having meetings about stuff, holding awards. Right now, while our children are dying out on the street, we could actually be saving lives. So that's one thing. I'm starting a GoFundMe this week, in fact, to do that. So at least I could maybe do my area and my friend's area.
That's a very good idea.
Yeah, because that's something that I've thought about for quite a while, and it's something we could do now while everyone's thinking about, oh, what should we do and can we do it? And what I found as well is that within a lot of these groups that are meant to be helping the young people, there's a lot of people not getting along, not helping one another, and we need everybody to be helping.
There's a lot of egos.
Yeah, definitely. You hit the nail on the head. That's exactly what it is.
And we need to bypass that. Your ego is your enemy.
Yes.
Remember that.
Yeah, no, it definitely is, isn't it? The other thing I thought of as well, which I know this is really needed, and this will help right now if we can get more people on board. I only have one person who's doing this, squashing the beef for our young people, so that they've got access to people who will go around and squash that beef. Because a lot of these things that our children are being killed for are trivial.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like really trivial. And I believe if we had elder people who were...
You need the elders.
Yeah,
you need like the elders in the industry that stand for and represent something and are willing to intervene and try and help the young.
We need you. Wherever you are, please hit up Let the Youth Live. Please hit up Craze 24 because we need you. This is something we could actually be saving lives right now. These are the things that I've really thought about, that we need this now. Like we actually do. So if anybody is out there who is really good at squashing beef, because some people are very, very good at that, aren't they? Resolving stuff. So if there's anyone out there who wants to get involved in this, because we need you on the team, we definitely do right now. Okay. And if you're interested in donating any time as well to the cause, money if you've got it, it was going to help us out and to help the children right now. The other thing I saw it on Twitter, I think it was somebody had mentioned that Boris was going to get 20,000 police and just bring them in, which is not going to work.
I don't think that, I think the government are very confused in how to deal with this issue because they want to put money into prisons and into police.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
They're both things that don't help solve the problem.
No.
They just deal with the problem when the problem's already taken place, and they make money off them things as well. So I think that we need to focus on the issues that create the problem, the foundations, rather than focusing on locking people up when they've done the bad thing.
Yeah, exactly. Let's do something before it gets to that.
Exactly.
Now, when I saw the tweet saying about the 20,000 officers, somebody tweeted back and they said, how about we do, say, 10,000 police, but we have 10,000 grassroots mentors that we pay good money.
That's a banging idea.
Exactly. Because when I saw it, and I thought, you know what, that makes sense, because that's going to help so many of our young people right now. So although, we're going to have more police to deal with certain things, it's not an excessive just go in there and just, We need
to understand that the youngers have got a lot of problems or issues and things they're going through, and you need people who have been there and who can help them to get their minds right.
There's a lot of mental health issues.
And I think just locking them up, it doesn't help. Like for me, I got locked up quite young. I was bad and I was excited on my way to jail. I wasn't going to prison thinking, I'm going to be scared. I was gassed. Like, I'm going to meet the man.
And there's a lot of youth out there that still think the same.
Still have that same mentality because they're not scared. Once you become a rebel or you stand against the system, you're kind of proud to be in a position where you're treated like a rebel. So it's taking the time out to help them get their minds in the right place and believing in themselves and knowing that they're capable of anything.
Exactly, it's just getting that message through, isn't it, to them? So, I'm just trying to think what else I had. The other thing was that people start speaking out on social media.
Just in general, Whether you're artists, whether you're normal people, like
Definitely
we've
artists,
got this thing, we just hide everything. Like we bury our heads in the sand and pretend nothing's going, and when something happens, then we talk about it quickly and then we forget about it, and then we keep the same process going. We need to know we have these issues and face them. Do you know what I mean? And don't stop until we tackle them.
It will make a difference hearing other people speaking out.
Definitely.
It will really make a difference. I mean, I'm forever trying to get people to speak out. Chris Preddy, he speaks out a lot.
Yeah, and I don't think that for a lot of rappers, because you might feel like, if I talk about the roads, I can't talk against the problems, but you can.
Oh, you definitely can.
You've got your own story, you've got your journey, and you've got, like, when you listen to my tape that comes out, you will hear tunes where some people will say I'm glorifying or I'm talking about them negative experiences that I've been through, because I'm not going to pretend that they didn't happen. I'm not going to cater to the kids that are going through that, but there's also tracks where I'm trying to guide them. You know what I mean?
Now, when's this project out? Because I'm all excited.
It's between now and the 1st of Jan, so we haven't confirmed the release. We're battling the release date, but the label wants to put it out kind of now, and I want to hold on to the new year. So
I would love some exclusives here. So
don't worry, I'm going to be back.
You.
I'm going to be there shelling up your station. I'm going to be here, so get ready for the bars.
I'm looking forward to that, I tell you. I really am. Now, would you share some standout moments so far on this journey of yours that really stand out to you?
Standout moments, like meeting Biggie Smalls, and that was a super young child.
So you just said that like it was like Biggie Smalls, you know. I would love to have met him.
I was a young teenager that was sneaking into places I shouldn't have been and having fun, but yeah, it was a very good experience.
Where was that?
That was at Club UN with Westwood brought him over, Junior Mafia and the rest of the team, and yeah, we sneaked in the club and got chased around for hours by security, but ended up chilling with Biggie and smoking. So it's a good experience.
Had a smoke with him as well, you know. Oh, how sick is that? That's a story, isn't it? To tell the grandkids, isn't it? Oh, that's so sick.
Rest in peace, Biggie.
Oh yeah, what a man! I tell you, I would have loved, like I said, so much respect for him. And what a talented rapper. Now, if supporters could remember one thing about you, what would you love that to be?
One thing, that I'm real, and my Instagram is IamCraze24, so come find me and join the journey, you know?
Yeah, no, definitely. So it's I am Craze.
I am Craze24.
24. Okay, and that's all the socials?
That's just Insta. Everything else is just Craze24.
Okay, and for people to book you as well, same?
Same place.
So make sure to add him up.
Interested in the workshop, same place. Instagram, bookings, same place.
Same definitely. Place. I will be promoting all about them workshops to everybody that I know. That just made me think of Repercussions, who I don't know if you've heard of them.
No, I haven't.
They do workshops. My friend Akira, she's the founder, and basically in the workshop, she does workshops, presentation. They literally take a coffin with them. That's part of it.
Wow.
I know, it's deep. So she's got Nathaniel Shannon, I think he goes and he speaks about his life and he performs and stuff as well. But they did a short lifetime film. Wow. Shot by the official Big Dog. And she had no funding, Akira. She did this off her own back. She got her friends and family's kids to play the parts and her own kids. But the message behind it, now if anybody out there hasn't seen it, please, I cannot say this enough. It's such a powerful short film. You need to show your friends this, you need to subscribe, you need to support fully. It needs to go viral. The music in it, the soundtrack, big up D21 who's on that, Nathaniel Shannon, and we have Fads on it. From Fads Amnesty. He's got quite a big part in it. Yeah, so there's a section with him in the church.
What's the name of it?
Repercussions.
Yeah,
and don't be what does it say? Don't be a result of a repercussion, something like that anyway. And he's in the church with the coffin. Really, very deep. And it's very hard hitting because the children in it are so young. But they're acting roles you know, older children. Very, very, very deep message there. But everybody needs to see it. They really do.
I'm going to check that out in a minute.
Yeah, no, seriously too. Definitely. Like I said, I can't big her up enough. The full team for Repercussions, they're really doing a lot for the community.
Keep up the good work, guys.
Yeah, no, big you up. I don't have listing on there actually. Right, we're going to play us out with your latest track, and that features Davina Music, doesn't it?
Big up Davina.
Yeah, oh, she's lovely, and what a voice, beautiful.
Special.
Yeah, beautiful voice. Now this one's entitled "Everybody's Got to Learn." Could you break it down for us? What it's about, how it came about?
I wrote this track more from the perspective of a future Craze talking to a past Craze, trying to give him a bit of guidance on what mistakes not to make or how to move, and from the perspective of a big brother talking to a little brother, a father to a son, and basically just giving advice on things to stay away from, like knife and gun crime, and how to win in life, you know, staying away from the weed, the smoking, the drinking, blah blah blah. And the video is shot from a different kind of angle where we focus on the way that the older generation indirectly groom the younger generation, sometimes trying to help them and give them a bus, but you sometimes help them and they never come back from the direction you set them in, do you know what I mean? So just trying to raise awareness on things that we do, trying to help that sometimes go wrong.
And you definitely have raised awareness with that, and again I want to thank you so much for what you're doing and what you've done with that, seriously.
Thank you.
Right, one more question for you, and then we're going to go in with this, and that's going to play us out because we have overrun today. We have P from Fresh Meds up in the building. He's been patiently waiting next door.
Big up, brother.
Big up,
apologies.
Oh, yeah, so last question. What would you love to do more of in the future, Craze?
Me, myself, personally, in regards to like performing, I would like to do a lot more live performances, like perform with live bands, that kind of.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Yeah. And just in general, just helping in any way I can, creating or building a code of conduct with some other artists so that we have a structure and the music scene isn't just a free-for-all where anyone can just come in and take advantage and there's no respect for the culture. So I do think that we need to kind of protect that culture, and the way that we do that is by creating some rules, man.
Yeah, we certainly do need to do that, and I'm definitely up for helping with that, because we definitely need quality control out there, don't we?
Definitely.
I really do. And the other thing I wanted to say as well, what I love about you, the fact that you really care about the culture and our community as well, which is it's amazing, and it's a lovely attribute to have. To be like that, we need that with the culture and our community. So big up, all right? Really.
And yourself as well, man. You share the same thing.
We need to though, don't we? Because we really do. Right, we're going to play us out with this one. If you just joined us, Sweet Lee is up in the building alongside Craze 24. We're going in with his new track, Everybody's Got to Learn, featuring Davina Music. Just want to big up local celebrity just locked in. And big up everybody who locked in this evening, alright? Sweetly will be back on Thursday, midday till 2, alright? I'm not sure I've got past him through, but check out on the socials, Sweetly Official, Best in Britain show. Right, let's go in with this one. Everybody's got to learn.
Everybody's gonna learn sometime.
Oh, let's say big up for us.
Everybody's gonna learn sometime.
Make sure to keep it locked. We've got man like P, Fresh Meds up in the building next. Keep it locked to Quo FM.
It's for my young guards, soldiers that's caught in street wars. Young girls moving like a loose when you work more. Trying to get yourself together and recognize what gone. Nobody's gonna live forever. I know it's fun hanging around, getting broken mistakes. Scheming fun like outside, begging for rain. Silly girls getting drunk, sneaking into them raves. Acting like some big woman flirting, looking for days. But look around you, and recognize all that's going on. Like don't get caught up in the hype, trying to be the man. Get handcuffed and locked down before you're 21. Your mother's gonna keep you control, you daddy's caught. And I don't wanna see you locked in a cell in a courthouse. been going cramming.
Everybody's gonna learn sometime.
In the blink of an eye, you're gone ghost, whole family crying, it's nuts.
Everybody's gonna learn sometime.
You only live one life, liquor man, take time.
Everybody's gonna
Yes,
I know it's hard focus, so make the most of your life. You need to step your game up. Don't be a follower when you were born a leader. Only waste your future. You wanna get bigger, make major paper. Be an actor, model or an entertainer. Please stalking, they go to college. Study this message in the streets. Already done it. No need to get up in it. You be the future, I keep my head to see you through it. Continue to work, you study, that's the way to win it. The drinking, the smoking, the joke, just losing your spirit. A major distraction that stops you from making your projects. You don't wanna be the waste man that could have done it. Put in the work, could just support the habit. And waste of life, try to hustle the rules. Try to play the man's role, take your time and go slow. Control, learn there's a lot to this life. A lot more than the drugs, or the trauma, the hype.
Everybody's gonna learn sometime.
You know the wasteland games and getting caught up in blind crime.
Everybody's gonna learn sometime.
In the blink of an eye, you're gone ghost, whole family crying, it's nuts.
Everybody's gonna learn sometime.
You only live one life, liquor man, take time.
Everybody's gonna learn sometime.
I know it's hard focus, so make the most of your life. I ain't a preacher trying to teach you religion. You're old enough to make your own decisions. It's up to you if you listen. Trust, actions speak louder than words. So if you wanna go through, recognize you got what in the world. Let's get your knocked down. Try ain't even wait for the streets. Anybody disrespects can just bring it to me and stay focused. I know that if you try to succeed, you want some help, some motivation, give you all that you need. Get to love, teach, support, and protect, encourage all that you do, until the fight like that. But even after that blood, you scared you need to help you cope with that. Look at the by your side, you know we got your flag. You should be watching from a star in the sky, making sure you make the most of your life, the most of your life.
Everybody's gonna learn sometime.
You know the wasteland, gas, prison, getting caught up in gun crime, but
Sweet Lee, Craze 24 out of the building.
Who said we ain't the best in Britain? Who said we ain't the best in Britain? Locally, it was good. Who said we ain't the best in Britain? Who said we ain't the best in Britain? Who said we ain't the best in Britain?